Okay, this is the first stop of the trip. We're about an hour in, just outside Camphor. It's not a very beautiful place. We haven't stopped for the scenery. We stopped because Dan was feeling a little bit tired, so I thought I'd give him a little freshen up, let him have a break and freshen up. It's nothing special. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're just entering the Northern Highlands. So Langson is about 2 hours away, or just over 2 hours. We've got lots of hills around us, a few mountains in the background. We'll stop again in about another hour. Hopefully somewhere a little bit more beautiful. We'll see. See you in a bit. Bye bye. Another break time. We're starting to really go up now into the mountains. Starting to climb. I'd say we're maybe couple hundred meters above sea level now, but all around us are starting to appear the mountains. You can't see so clearly where we've stopped because I'm in a little town. Get some rice, get a cup of coffee, just have a little general pit stop. This is the kind of scenery that we've been going through. Lots of green trees, hills and rice fields. So this is the back of the cafe place that we've just stopped to buy some lunch, and as you can see, it's pretty beautiful. This is the kind of countryside that we've been driving through. It's very hilly, starting to become mountainous, and those guys are just finishing off. There are lots and lots of sounds coming from those hills and those, well, not jungles, forests. But this road is one of the worst I've ever driven in Vietnam. I mean, they're resurfacing it and literally cutting through the countryside for about 10 to 15 kilometers. It's been non-stop dust. And you've got these huge lorries carrying all the rocks and sand and whatnot. It's an absolute nightmare. A local just helping us out. Starting to rain a little bit, so we just had to get our rain gears on. But Ian and this old lady struggle to hear each other because of the accent difference. And the little old lady's a bit harder hearing, like me. All kitted up and ready to move onwards and hopefully get to Langson before the heavy rain starts. So I better explain to you why you didn't hear from me for 24 hours. So here I am. This is Langson. Beautiful little city in the far, far northeast of Vietnam. I am about 5 kilometers from the Chinese border. I'm surrounded by mountains, as you can probably see behind me. But yesterday was a bad day. After I showed you the awful road that I was traveling along, it was dusty, full of lorries. There were lots of building roadworks going on. Well, that turned into a nightmare. So we continued on. I finally got past that dusty road. And I was about 25 kilometers outside of Langson. This was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're about to check into the hotel. Everything looked fantastic. The rain clouds were rolling in, but they didn't really affect us too much. And then the realization hit me. I looked at my phone holder where I checked my map, and there was no phone. So after an initial 20-minute panic, searching the motorbike, searching my pockets, searching everywhere, I realised that I'd lost it. So at some point along the way, most likely the last stop off that we'd had, I'd either left it behind or I'd dropped it. So after a little bit of panicking and generally not feeling very good, my wife managed to phone my phone, and a lady answered. So somebody had picked up the phone, and now my worry was that can I get it back? So I wanted to find out where she lived, an address, so that I could go and pick it up. Because of the dialect difference between North and South Vietnam, there was a lot of miscommunication. So my wife didn't really understand the woman, and the woman didn't really understand my wife. And with only a conversation to be had, no words to be read, it was very difficult for them to understand each other. So my wife thought that she had heard the town that we had to go to, which was 90 minutes back in the direction I'd just come from. I had to go through all of those awful roadworks again. Not only that, but the rain came, so it poured down. We were all soaking wet. I was almost to this town when we decided to phone them again and find out an exact location. It was then we discovered that they had actually gone to a town that we'd again passed. So we then had to turn around again and then drive for about another 10 kilometres back in the right direction towards Langson to go and collect my phone. The location that we'd been given was not actually in the town. It was in a protected jungle area. So they were a very, very rural family. I guess an ethnic minority, I'm not sure. But I was so grateful. It took about an hour and a half to locate my phone, which by this point it's just gone 4:30. I'm very worried that I'm not going to get to Langson in time. By this point now I'm 2 hours away. So I get on the bike and I drive like a madman, trying to get back before it got dark. In the end, I managed to get here about 5-10 minutes after the sun had gone down. So it turned out okay, but we then spent the night drying our clothes off, trying to get ready and prepared for today. We still didn't manage to get prepared and leave, so we decided to stay another night, have a look around and recover. But that's why there is no footage from the moment I tell you about that awful road until now, while I give you the explanation. It was a nightmare, and I hope it doesn't happen again. But yeah, weather's looking better today. I'm feeling a lot better, although I got a bit of a stress headache. All of that stressing yesterday was too much for me to handle. So today I've had a bit of a thumping headache. Another reason why I wanted to not do any travelling. Well, there's my explanation, and now let's get on and hopefully I can show you a little bit more about Langson. Here goes. I hear frogs, birds, insects, and I'm in the middle of a city. It's a little city, but it's still a city. And I think I should show you where I'm staying, so let me show you. This is the view, which isn't bad at all. It's we've got a nice little sitting area. I've got somewhere to do my editing. A little bit of a mess over there. And I think that we need to get ready and go out so we can enjoy the sunset and get some food as well. See you soon. So here we are just before sunset, and this is Faver Mountain. Not really a mountain, little hill. It's got some cultural, historical importance. I'll have to look into that and mention it later. But now I'm about to walk up the hill. So up these steps to the top, and let's see what there is. I know there's a big flag because I can see that from the bottom. Lovely sunset starting to develop. If you can see that just between the trees, sparkling like a diamond. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that sunset just setting in the distance. It's absolutely blood red. I don't know if you can make that out on the video, but it's absolutely beautiful. You've just seen what it looked like from the air. It's right in the centre of Lang Son city, and it's a very historical, cultural landmark. As I said earlier on, I still don't know exactly why. I know that they've got many battles with the Chinese from 1,000 years back and more. I think that's something to do with it, but I haven't looked into it other than that. But yes, nice sunset, little football stadium, tennis courts down below, nice views. Let's go and see what else we can find. I know that my wife's hungry, so let's go and see some local food. So this is the restaurant that we've found. It's traditional Vietnamese, traditional Lang Son Vietnamese food, and we're going to be giving it a try, some traditional food. It's Unification Day in Vietnam today, 50-year anniversary, so everybody's dressed up in their Vietnamese flags, looking very, very good. All of the flags out everywhere. Very festive celebration day today, and we're going to enjoy that meal. Unfortunately, because it's reunification day, we've come along to the restaurant in the evening, me thinking that everybody would be out having a meal, enjoying the day. But no, everybody went out in the daytime, and now the restaurant we're at has sold out of all of the main course. So we were going to try some Lang Son pork belly, I think it is. It's quite famous as the best Vietnamese pork belly you can get. So we were going to give that a try, but unfortunately they've sold out. So instead, my wife is going to try the sour phở chua. So she's going to give that a try. She's never tried it before. She'd never even heard of it. So when that comes, she can do the taste test. But I won't be touching that one. I'm not a big fan of noodle soup. So let's wait for it to come along. Hopefully we'll be able to find some of that pork belly somewhere else, because I was quite looking forward to trying it. Phở chua, sour phở.
Yummy. Now we try phở chua. First time mommy try it.
What are you thinking? What's it taste like?
Sweet.
Sweet?
Just a little bit. A little bit. How to say? This not really sour. Not sour. I don't know what is this. This what? Carrot? A little bit carrot? No.
No, the other one, white carrot.
No, not white carrot. Some vegetable. It's yummy.
Right, now it's time to eat. And just like that, she's finished all of it. That was phở chua, sour phở. Did you like it? But you find it a little bit too sweet.
Not really, not too sweet. It's similar to gỏi. Gỏi ở in the south, gỏi.
I don't know it. Right, it's early in the morning here. It's 6:45, and last night I got all packed up. I'm ready to go. We've got a long drive, Kalbang, and then so there it is all. I've got myself all packed up, all ready to go. Nice early start, and then I look out the window. And this is what we've got for the whole day. Well, until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So the plan has changed again. We will be staying here. I'll do a little bit of editing, do a bit of work, but yeah, this is the view today. Very wet, very miserable.
So you want to go out?
I don't want to go out there, that looks horrible. So my wife's just been out to get some breakfast in the pouring rain, and she's just brought me back a banh mi. This is a lang son banh mi. So it's no pad thai, it's just beef steak in a really crispy banh mi. So I'm going to try a bit of lang son. A little bit sweet on the outside. Different. I can taste the smoke, the way that it's been cooked. My first taste of lang son. I was disappointed not to try the pork last night, but we're hoping we'll be able to try that later today. But not a bad start. So we've been reined in, although it's temporarily stopped at the moment. I'm choosing to use my time wisely and get some editing done, try and get the next episode out. We got zombie number 1 over here, YouTube zombie, and we got another YouTube zombie over here, choosing to relax and catch up on some rest. So we've had a lucky break. The weather's brightened up considerably, so the rain stopped about 40 minutes ago, and now it's drying out a little bit, as you can see, and we're off to the market. I want to see if we can find some of the famous lang son pork belly. I think it's, I mean, I'd never heard of it until my wife told me about it, but now that I know about it, I want to try it. There's not many local foods that I can eat because of my preferences, but the meat, yeah, you give me some of that and I'll dig right in. Yeah, we've seen some of the pork that we're looking for, but we've been put off by a few things. There's a rat just running around down here, so that's not exactly encouraging. And the lady that was chopping the pork didn't have any gloves on, so I've been totally put off by the market idea. But I think I'm going to go and try a restaurant and try it there instead. Well, now my wife's looking for some tights because we're going to the Hajang Loop, which will be pretty cold. So she's already planning ahead, which is pretty good. But first I need to find an ATM. Bartering away at the market. We've already got some tights for both of them to wear for warmth. And now I've just bought some toys to go on the bike for Dan to play with. So yes, busy bartering at the moment. Well, Dan's playing with his new toys that I'm going to put on the motorbike, so he's got some things to occupy him on long journeys. We've also found some lang son pork belly. So we're in the restaurant now. We've asked at so many places and all of them have been sold out or they didn't have it. But now we've got some. It's on its way. We've got it to take away, so we'll be trying it in the hotel room. You'll see a little bit of that later. We managed to find the local pork speciality. So we've got, those are jungle vegetables. Described as jungle vegetables, but I have no idea what they are. And then there's the pork, the famous Lang Son pork, with the biggest bread that I've ever seen in Vietnam. Huge. A little bit sweet for my liking, so my wife will probably be eating that over the next 2 days. But I've got 2 people ready to tuck into their food. So we're going to eat now.
I'm excited for him.
I've got to be honest, that's the crunchiest pork skin I've ever had. Very crunchy. My son wants to have some too. That is delicious. My wife, not even bothering to put it on a plate. She's just tucking in right from the sauce. As you can see, it is an absolutely stunning day. I woke up at 5:30 this morning and the sunrise was beautiful. I didn't give it a thought to get the camera out, but look at this. Perfect day for travelling. Wow. It is in the mountains because it'd be nice and cool. I mean, if this was anywhere else in Vietnam, it'd be a roasting hot day, uncomfortable. But because it's the mountains, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be beautiful. So it's forecast like this all day, and once I get to Cao Bang, I think we've got about 4 or 5 days of no rain. Should be brilliant. Well, I'm going to get myself ready, and then we're going to get going.